This has major implications for the Dallas Mavericks as they're flirting with the 10th and 11th seed, which will dictate whether or not they'll either make the play-in and then try to push for the playoffs or miss the playoffs entirely and get a better draft pick. And this has been entirely because of the fact the Dallas Mavericks are dealing with injuries left, right, and center. Guys are in and out of the lineup. We're flirting with 8, maybe even 9 players available on any given night. But the other day, as well as just now, we got a major update on our injured players, Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, and Derrick Lively, that they are ramping up on their way to return, with Anthony Davis set to return in just the upcoming games. So in this video, we're going to take a look at all the information that we have about our bigs, when does their timetable to return look like, and whether or not that's a smart decision. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavs Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we get started with today's video, we're currently sitting at 20,019 subs. That number goes up and down like crazy every day. But if you want to be up to date on everything Mavericks related, with our live streams, our watch-alongs, news vids, and everything else in between that we're doing here, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing that we do. But the Dallas Mavericks have been dealing with injuries like we've been seeing all season long. For the better part of the season, the Dallas Mavericks cannot catch a break. And if you want to know how bad it's been, let's take a look right here. The question would be, which NBA team has been hurt most by injuries this season? And the answer is the Dallas Mavericks. And to put into better terms, we are the #1 most impacted team in the NBA when it comes to injuries, followed by the Philadelphia 76ers and the New Orleans Pelicans. The Oklahoma City Thunder, oddly enough, the 1 seed in the West, has also been impacted by injuries. But at the very top, it is the Dallas Mavericks. It has been a very, very rough season for us. And take a look right here. We did get an update just the other day. The Dallas Mavericks have assigned Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, and Derrick Lively to the Texas Legends of the NBA G League. Mavs big Daniel Gafford and Derrick Lively will join Anthony Davis for a practice/scrimmage session with the G League Texas Legends. So, just like with Caleb Martin, just like with Anthony Davis just the other week, they go to the G League so they can practice, do some 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 5-on-5 scrimmages, and then they get recalled back to the Mavericks. No way, shape, or form will Daniel Gafford, Derrick Lively, or Anthony Davis play a single game with the Texas Legends. This is just NBA G League protocol of whenever you want to practice with the G League, you have to be formally on the roster, and then you get called up. That's just a process that they have to go with. Last week, we saw that with Anthony Davis as he was finally doing some scrimmaging, and it looks like things have ramped up. If we take a look right here, the Mavericks' Anthony Davis, I'm told, is scheduled to participate today in his second round of a 5-on-5 practice with the Texas Legends of the NBA G League as he continues to progress towards his return from a left adductor strain. And then Mark Stein followed up with that by saying Derrick Lively II and Daniel Gafford have also been assigned to the Legends for today's practice. But they are expected to start with 3-on-3 work with the team's G League affiliate while Davis participates in 5-on-5. So obviously that shows that Anthony Davis is most likely to return a lot sooner than Daniel Gafford and Derrick Lively, but they could obviously be just maybe a week right after AD. And this is pretty big for the Dallas Mavericks. We just beat the Detroit Pistons, which is like a milestone for us as we were on a 4 or 5 game losing streak. And although we have about 10, 11 games left in the regular season, a lot of people would argue, what's the point? What's the point of bringing these guys back if the last few games don't matter? We're currently the 11th seed, so we're not even going to make a playoff push. Or you can look at it as, yeah, bring these guys back. We're not that far behind the Phoenix Suns. They're not a good team. They have a very tough schedule. Ours doesn't look too bad. We could definitely make a push to get that 10 spot, win into the playoffs, and try to make a deep run. Not too long ago, we saw the Los Angeles Lakers, who were also in the play-in, go very far that year till they ultimately lost to the Denver Nuggets, who then won the finals. But that shows you that, yeah, you're the 10th seed. You can still make it pretty far. Whether or not we are the 10th seed, the 9th seed, we end up making the 8th or 7th seed in the play-ins, into the playoffs. This Dallas Mavericks team, if fully healthy, a lot of people believe they could go very far, but that's the biggest question mark. It's been the biggest question mark of the entire season is, are we fully healthy? When will we be fully healthy? If we're fully healthy. Fully healthy doesn't seem to be a thing that we know very much about, but this Dallas Mavericks team is not going to quit. Tanking is not a decision of the coach or the players. These guys are competitors. They want to win. They're going to go out there every single night. They're going to battle it out and fight for a win. Yes, Could we get a better draft pick if we lose all these games and keep sliding down? For sure. But the players do not care. PJ wants to win. AD desperately wants to win. It's been reported that he has been fighting the medical staff on being shut down all season and that he actually wants to return. Whether or not he wants to prove himself, whether or not he really wants to try to have a revenge game against LA later this season, but it shows that Anthony Davis does want to play for the Mavericks. He could easily have just gotten surgery and just sat out the rest of the year, come back next year and just see how things go. But from everything that we're seeing, from all the reports, Anthony Davis wants to play. He wants to show the Mavericks, show the fans what he can do. I mean, we saw it against the Houston Rockets before he went down in the third quarter, and he looked amazing. There was nothing that they could do. We looked unstoppable. We had just a huge number of blocks. The game was amazing. The defense was unstoppable. And then he went down with injury. So obviously, if we could get something of that back for the last few games, even if those games don't matter, there's a lot of Mavericks fans who just want to see the Mavericks play well, me included, but also kind of want a good draft pick. So I'm kind of conflicted on which way that I want this team to go. But if we continue with the reports, the Dallas Mavericks have recalled Anthony Davis, Daniel Gafford, Derrick Lively. So, like I said, that's just the protocol. You get sent to the G League, you do your little scrimmage in your practices, and then you get recalled. There's no way that you're actually going to play in any of these G League games. I want to say that Klay Thompson, when he was on the Warriors while he was ramping up, did play a few games for the G League. And that was just to get him more acclimated, as he did miss two seasons back-to-back with injuries. These guys, it's not that severe, so they're going to go down, scrimmage, and get called right back up. But the update for Anthony Davis that we got today shows right here that Anthony Davis could return during the Mavs' upcoming 4-game road trip. So we could definitely get Anthony Davis a lot sooner than we think. Like I said, it shows that he really does want to play. He wants to prove himself. Obviously, Anthony Davis, that was a part of the Luka Doncic trade, didn't request a trade. No one asked him, do you want to go to Dallas? Do you even want to be here? Anthony Davis was blindsided just as much as Luka Doncic was blindsided. So it goes to show that he may also have a chip on his shoulder. He may also want to prove everybody wrong. He was telling the Lakers, hey, get me a center. I'm tired of playing the 5. I want to play the 4. And they traded him. Now he's on a team where he can definitely play the 4. We got enough 5s, and he wants to prove that he was right, that everybody was wrong, prove all the doubters wrong. And I've seen the comments. I've seen people online talk about how he's dated Davis, he's injury prone, street clothes, all that stuff. Me personally, I think a lot of people should see this way as well. If you're wearing the Mavericks jersey, if you're going out there every day, if you're trying to fight for this team to win, we got to show some love and respect. He's going to be here for the next 3 to 4 years. Unless we end up trading him, but he is on a freshly new contract starting next season, so he's going to be here for a while, so we should just root for the guy. We should hope for the best. If he wants to go out there and play, we should also just show him some love. I think that's what fans should definitely do for Anthony Davis. But it goes, just going back to just the other night, Jason Kidd, when asked if Derrick Lively, Daniel Gafford, or Anthony Davis would travel for the upcoming 4-game road trip, Jason Kidd did say, we'll see tomorrow and see how they feel. Well, now we know. Anthony Davis looks like he could return, so he'll be going with the team as the upcoming road trip looks like this. We're about to go on a road trip, going to play against the Nets, then the Knicks, then the Magic, then the Bulls. Before we come back to Dallas, where we'll play the Nets, we'll have a little homestand before we're going back out west to LA, seeing the Clippers twice. Then we come back home where the Lakers will play us. We'll have Anthony Davis will be back. Luka Doncic will make his return. Obviously, this will be a revenge game for both AD and Luka, so that'll be a huge game. And then we'll close out the season against the Raptors, and then our last game will be against the Grizzlies. So that little New York road trip against the Nets, the Knicks, then down to Florida against the Magic, and then Chicago for the Bulls, we should get Anthony Davis. I personally think Monday might be too soon. It may be Tuesday, Thursday at the latest. He'll be in Orlando, but it is interesting to see Anthony Davis coming back pretty soon, and if he's coming back in the upcoming days, I would say the following week we'll see the return of either Daniel Gafford or Derrick Lively. I don't think Daniel Gafford is going to return anytime soon this season. I think it would be smart to just bring one of the two back, and I think it will be Derrick Lively. He was out before Daniel Gafford, and his injury wasn't as severe as Daniel Gafford's, but that will be determined. Right now, it seems like Anthony Davis could return for the Dallas Mavericks. Is it too soon? Is it something that we should even worry about? He wants to prove himself. He's kind of fighting the staff on whether or not he should return or sit out the whole season. So I say let him play. If he feels good, let's trust him. Let's hope it doesn't get any worse for Anthony Davis. So let's just let him play. But the other guys, that will be to be determined. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Do you think that Anthony Davis is coming back too soon? Do you think that we should continue to just sit guys out and just tank the rest of the season? Or do you want to see him come back and fight for a play-in spot, try to make a deep playoff push? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. We'd have a conversation about it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thanks for making start to the video. Make sure to check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing a giveaway every single month on the channel. Only way to enter our giveaways is to become a channel member of any tier. But till next time, y'all take care, drink water. Peace.